Hey, yo, what it do? You know what it is. Back with another episode of No More Timeouts. You rocking with your boy Rosh. Hey, look who it is. JJ.
I'm in the Bay. What's
We in
up,
the Bay,
bro?
you know
What's
what I'm
good?
saying? My man is home. My man is home.
Come on
So
now.
if y'all don't know, yes, he's originally from here, but he lives in LA now. So, you know, we had to do what we had to do. But this is how we met. We talked about that in the first episode. But he's here in my house. Welcome to my humble abode. Y'all get to see. You know what I'm saying? But man, it's good, man. It's good to have you back, you know.
Man, it's always good to be home, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just seeing my people the last few days, it feels good to just be back. But yeah, man, you know, we might as well have a pod since we're here.
Right.
So first, what I want to start with, we got some soccer news, man. We got Messi coming to Miami, the GOAT.
welcome to US Soul, baby.
No, the GOAT though.
The GOAT. He is the GOAT.
He came to Miami first game. He didn't even start the game, but he came in, I think, like the 50-minute mark.
Yep.
And bro, he hit the game winner. Like
that's a walk-off, right?
That's a walk-off.
Like,
but the first time he ever comes to the US, first game, and he hits a game winner.
That's a storyline. I think that's kind of what honestly, if you really think about it, that it was perfect. Like that, the game was close.
Yeah.
That team actually fucking sucked before he was there.
Yeah.
So it was good. It gave the city life, gave everybody life. There was hella stars there. Like if
I seen Serena, Kim K. There was a bunch of people. LeBron. Yeah.
You know, you see the embrace with him and LeBron. You know what I'm saying? But that's good. And honestly, I'm happy because it's putting MLS more on the map now internationally because we have a international superstar. Honestly, one of the greatest players to play this game. Trust me, I know soccer. Me and my friends, shout out my homies, you know, Eddie, Oscar, Pepe, my homies, my really, really good friends that played soccer. Sorry, and my cousin Lewis too. But they all played soccer for years, and they put me on soccer. When I first moved in with my cousin back in the day, Lewis, I actually moved in right when World Cup had started. Mm-hmm. And then World Cup started, and I didn't know nothing about soccer. I didn't know shit. All I knew was USA. You know what I'm saying? And then they started pretty much teaching me stuff, and that's when I got into playing FIFA. And then everything started fucking serving these fools in FIFA. And it was funny, you know what I'm saying? And it just made me appreciate soccer and just realize some of the greats that played it too before. Yep. But none of them never, you know, this is the first time we've got to witness one in our lifetime on US soil. So I actually am planning on going to a game that when they come, because I know they're going to play San Jose. So I want to go see him play. That'll be an amazing thing to witness. But it's cool, but that shit was dope, bro.
Yeah, I love seeing GOATs in any sport.
Yeah.
So, you know, like we were talking about Serena, like any GOAT that's in their sport, like I gotta go see.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So for you to go see him in person, like you definitely gotta go.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go do that.
That's really dope.
It is crazy just to recollect on the signing. So he actually was playing for PSG. Had a real good team. Had a real good chance to do a lot. Mm-hmm. You know, if you ever heard of Champions League, I know you see it on TV every once in a while. That's like the biggest tournament in the world. And you know, PSG, they've made it a bunch of times. They just didn't get over the hump. And I think the team was breaking down. And he had choices to go to other places, but I think just at his age, because he is 38 now, and then at that, and the fact of like.
That team specifically, too.
Yeah.
David Beckham's team.
Yeah, and I think so that's what had happened. What they were saying is David gave him a call and told him, you know, hey, come down, whoop, I got a spot for you. And, of course, you know, I think that's the main reason why he went to that team because of Beckham, because he's probably the only one from overseas that played in his era that he would know.
Yeah.
And it was cool, bro. The funny thing about it is when he first got signed, he first got to U.S. soil, he was in like I want to say like a Walmart or like one of those like regular ass grocery stores.
Yeah.
And nobody knew who he was, bro.
Yeah. I mean, that's how bad, like, we don't even know soccer here in the U.S. Like, Messi, he definitely can't do that in Argentina.
No, hell no.
Pretty much any country besides here, you can't just walk around a grocery store. You would get rushed.
Hell no.
So, also, man, we got Women's World Cup, too. And they're going for their third in a row World Cup. So, the first question I wanted to ask you before we get into the Women's World Cup is, why can't our men's team compete like our women's team? Because they're honestly the best. Like, they're going for their third one. They just had their first game versus Vietnam. I think that was what, Friday.
Yeah,
Friday.
Yeah.
And they won. They're
Yeah.
favored in every game.
Yeah.
But why can't our men's team get to that point?
Okay, so this is actually a funny conversation that I had with one of my boys who is a big soccer dude. We were saying like the main reason why our men's don't compete the way our women do is because soccer's not our main sport here. In all these other countries, that's their main sport. Like these kids get sent off at like 10 years old, not even 10, like 9, 8, hella young to a school that is literally just for soccer. And they literally live there, breathe there, and they play it 24/7. They breed their kids for that. We breed our kids for football and basketball. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, think about it. Like I said this the other day, imagine LeBron, Kobe, fucking Steph, let's see, Giannis. You can even say like Jimmy Butler, Dame, like our prime athletes, freaking the fucking Justin Jefferson, fucking the Travis Kelce's, just all of the supreme athletes that we have in this world. Imagine if they played soccer. Imagine if they were bred for soccer. Yes, we'd be dominant. You know what I'm saying? We'd be out there dragging shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's just not how. That's not what the U.S. does, and some people really have a hard time of realizing that. Like some people really don't think about it. That's why they get so frustrated when we don't compete. But I tell people, it's like it's not. It's literally it's us. It's the world. That's how we are.
Yeah, and I think also it's not flashy. Like we play sports here in the U.S. where it's going to be glamorized. You're going to be famous, and basketball is number one. Is like you're going to be you're going to get the notoriety that you want, right? And soccer, you would be an international star, but you wouldn't be a star here. That's the tough part too, I think, for a lot of these kids.
Yeah.
In the U.S.
Yeah, but the other side of it, if you ever notice, women and girls, like young girls around here, soccer is probably one of the first sports that a lot of young girls play.
Facts. That's the first sport.
Yeah,
they play,
it's around here. Soccer and softball, but. So that's the reason why we are so dominant, because at the end of the day, our other sports such as basketball for women, we don't have football for women. They have softball, but after college, softball
it drops off.
I don't really notice.
It drops off.
Yeah,
it drops off.
I don't even know professional softball teams yet, which it just sucks to be. I'm just being honest. So that is the sport for our women, and I think at the end of the day, you women from the USA are bred, and we have some of probably the best female athletes across the world. So to be able to turn around and play in a sport and dominate it, but like I said, it's because we breed the girls for that, but we don't breed the boys for that.
Are they gonna three-peat?
I don't see why not. Bro. I don't.
Megan Rapinoe is retiring too, by the way. Sue Bird's wife. She's one of the GOATs. So I think they want to do this for her too.
Yeah, goat.
Me
too.
I think they want to do this for her.
I hope so too. I definitely would hope she gets to go out on top. I would definitely say I don't see why not, but I definitely also kind of feel like, damn, like it's so purely dominant that it's kind of like it's like us when we go to the Olympics. Play basketball.
We already know what's about to happen.
Yeah, we know. We already know. Happen. Like let me know when the gold medal game is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We already know what's about to happen.
But I know there's some other good teams out there. I know. I think it was the
Netherlands. That's our next game too.
Yeah,
on Wednesday.
That's good. I also know that Canada's women's team is actually pretty decent. Who else was pretty decent in the past? Spain has an all right team. I'm actually surprised Mexico's not as good as they should be. But like I said, also it's like I think I said it's just what we breed them for. But there are some good U.S. soccer women teams, and I do appreciate soccer. It is I call it finesse sport because it's really hard to run and kick a ball.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So and at the way they do it and how they do it, so I definitely commend all women who play. I have a friend. Her name is Amanda Peixoto. She played soccer, and I remember we used to go. My boys, they always played that cage style soccer, like the tennis courts, you know what I'm saying? And she would go out there and be dragging the dudes, bro. Like, dragging them, bro. It was so funny because I just go watch because I really couldn't play. So I'm standing on the side. I'm over just talking other shit to my boys. Like, damn, y'all really let her do that?
Killing you.
Killing y'all, you know what I'm saying? But it's an amazing thing. I really, really, I'm happy for our women, and I'm actually happy too because now they got the equal pay as the men, which is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So I really hope they get to repeat it, and I just hope we can just keep this consistency. At least we can dominate one side of soccer. But our men's team is getting better.
We're taking steps for sure. We're getting better.
Yeah.
I do feel like the women are just like the class of women's soccer, and I think if they continue to do this, maybe like the next generation, like will continue. Like if we're dominating just women's, I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
like I'll be cool with that. You know what I mean? But I do want to see our men's team get up to get up to par. But it's okay, bro. I'm locked in regardless.
For me, like at least can we get to like a bronze game,
come on,
bronze medal game?
On,
let me get to third place or something, man.
That's it.
But it is hard because these other places, bro, like the Spains and the Italy's and the France and the England, they do not play. Like, bro, that's all they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think it's also one of those things where. So this is the funniest thing I was told my boy. I said I feel like the reason why these overseas teams, when they come to play the U.S., they try to dominate us so much because we murder them when we go play them
and everything else.
And everything else.
Yeah. And everything else. Track.
Fucking basketball. Fucking baseball.
We kill
like all of it, bro. It just don't make it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah,
like
we're about to give it to y'all.
Exactly. So I think like they think, all right, okay, we let y'all know y'all ain't the best at everything.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna handle it on this.
I'm sorry for our men. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all are the factor of us being dominated in every other sport, but. Hey, fuck it. I don't know what else to tell you at this point. But hey, you better get your ass in the gym. I guess y'all be at.
Get on that field.
Yeah, get on that field.
You know
what I'm saying?
But yeah, we're gonna be locked in, man. So shout out to the women's team.
Yes.
We'll definitely be locked in on this World Cup for the rest of the next few weeks.
Definitely.
So we gotta unfortunately get back to our Warriors, man. They just will not stay out the news. They will not stay out the news. And this time, you know what? I think we just need to have an honest conversation about what's going on. But this entire week, Draymond and Jordan Poole have been in the news again. We're in July. Training camp was in October of last year when the punch actually took place, and we are still talking about this.
I knew this shit was gonna happen when we traded them. I knew that the story was going to expand when we traded Jordan, because the one thing they were trying to do was keep it under wraps.
Yeah.
To kind of fix it. But then once they traded him, it's like, all right, fuck it. Like, go ahead, whatever. Yeah. Nobody cares anymore. Like the same thing with the whole KD thing. You know what I'm saying? We tried to keep that under wraps for how long. And then finally, when we traded KD, that's when all the fucking all the fucking spiders started coming out the closet. You know what I'm saying? How fucking KD was saying, like, I just wanted Draymond to apologize to me. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking soft ass, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm a KD guy, so
but
I hear you.
I'm a KD guy too, but I'm not gonna fucking sit here in front. He is fucking sensitive as fuck, and I don't like it, bro. There's no way you're that dominant in a sport. You're that sensitive to the point you have burner accounts where you're talking shit to people on Twitter, and nobody can tell you some shit because you get all fucking like in your feelings.
Yeah,
my nigga don't even brush his hair, bro.
Like, but see, the thing about KD though, like he's able to talk to fans online, which a lot of people just won't do anymore. Yeah. So I respect that. He'll have a full ass hoop conversation with people online, whether he agrees or not. Like he's really interacting with fans, and honestly, that's what we want. Like we actually would love to talk to KD. You know what I mean? Like, so I appreciate that, regardless if it's like good shit or bad shit. Like he's gonna fucking respond, bro.
But don't get me wrong.
He's gonna respond.
I'm a big KD fan because I'm a Texas football, Texas basketball dude. High college. That's just I don't know what I know. When I was a kid, if I ever had a chance to go to college, Texas would have been where I wanted to go. And so I'm a big fan of him. I've always been a fan of him. I just don't. For me, it's just the sensitivity and all that type of things. And sometimes I just feel like, man, you are too good to be that sensitive. You know what I'm saying? You need to worry about other things than what people are thinking. But back to Draymond and fucking Jordan. How you feel about that?
All right. So let me say this, because I've always felt like a little bit on Jordan Poole's side on this, and I'm not taking away from what Draymond's done for the Warriors, what he's done for just the franchise, changing 4 rings. He's gonna get a statue outside. Like I'm not taking away from him, but he was wrong in this situation, and I wish he would just like own it. I feel like he's trying to prove it to us, like how right he is in this situation by saying, oh, there's certain words that you don't say to a man. And it's like, bro, you called Katie a bitch in front of all of us. So like, what was the word that Jordan said that made you hit him? You know what I mean?
I want to know.
And for
me,
me,
that ever came out?
No, but he said it's like there's certain words that you don't say to a man, and like that's what he said on Paul George's podcast. He said there's certain words that you say that you don't say to a man, or actually it was Pat Bev's pod.
He probably called him a pussy.
But I don't care what the word is, bro. Like the word, regardless of whatever the word is, it's like it's crazy to me. But here, what I was thinking about, bro, and I was thinking about like when I was playing basketball, and I'm gonna give a shout out to Devontae Thomas.
My boy.
So Devontae was the star player on my basketball team, right? When I got to high school, everybody knew he was one of the best players in Fremont, in the Bay, in California. He was playing for the Oakland Soldiers. He already had multiple Division I offers, right? So he embraced me as like his little brother and like, you know, gave me confidence to like, you know, shoot whenever you want, make mistakes, whatever. If he would have turned around and punched me in my face, like as the big bro, like there's no going back to that. You know what I mean? So like I'm thinking of Devontae and like, bro, he embraced me. If you turn around and punch me in my face, especially not being in the same weight class either, like he's bigger than me, like there's no repairing that relationship. So like I always felt like Jordan Poole, like, yes, he needed to get traded. He was playing bad, but like people need to understand like that big bro, little bro is like a real thing.
It is.
And he broke that. Draymond broke that.
Especially when you're not blood related.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's because when you're blood related, big, but that you can do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I know I don't have a little brother, but if I had a little brother, we were blood related, and I slapped the shit out of him, then we can reconvene that. We can get back. You gonna be mad at me, but at the end of the day, you still my little brother. You know, I'll still kill somebody for you.
Yeah.
But when you do it as like a friend to a friend, and you adopted that, that line gets crossed unless you guys have that dynamic for years, you know what I'm saying? Because that's also a dynamic you have to build in a friendship. You know what I'm saying? That's something you have to really build to that point until y'all can fight and be okay. I was like, for them, I know it wasn't there yet. You know what I'm saying? But it like it's just the thing where for me is why are we still talking about this?
It's
like
July.
why is people still making such a deal out of it? It's like you're taking away from everything else that's going on. You know, what's like, you know, the there's so many other things to do. And I feel like you're making the meeting when we go to play them in the season worse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what I did want to talk to you about was what that boy Jordan Poole's daddy said.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? I clicked on his Twitter picture. That's a big guy.
Hey, bro.
I was like, wait, that's a big guy. You saw him? I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, damn, my bad, bro.
Yeah, I was like, that's a big dude. So I don't know, man. He said basically he was like for the people that haven't seen Jordan Poole's dad's tweet, he said, look, you didn't apologize like you said to Jordan's mom and me. You know, you've been running from that. And we don't. You know, when I see you, it's up, basically. It's up.
Pretty much.
And Draymond did respond. But I just feel like Draymond's trying to control the narrative.
Yeah.
And that's why he continues to talk about it, because he's trying to change people's opinion on it. But yeah, shout out to Jordan Poole's dad. Like he's speaking for Jordan, and obviously Jordan's trying to move on from it. So I respect him.
And that's the thing so just like to touch on before we move past it, that is the thing for me though. Like I really feel that Jordan, out of everybody in this situation, is probably the only one that's really trying to
move on.
Forget about it. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's talking, like you can even see when they asked him about that in the interview that he had. He was so over it. He's like, bro, like seriously, you could just tell.
He's still talking about this?
Yeah, he's like, bro, like come on, bro. Like he's like, oh, I gotta go play with Kuz now, you know, stuff like that. And it was just like, I wish it's crazy. The youngest person in this situation is the only person that's being mature about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. But at the end of the day, that's media. That's how they are. The story, any story it is, run with it. And they're going to fucking try their hardest to keep elaborating on it. So
I really hope this is the last time we have to talk about this. I really hope.
I bet you it's not. I promise you, bro. Watch. Season starts, first game. I promise you something's going to happen. Man. And it's gonna come back, and then if something happens to us in the middle of the season where we don't make it in the playoffs or we don't win, they're gonna start talking about it again. Like you traded Jordan and we didn't do anything. I promise you, and it sucks for Draymond because the story's gonna follow him until he retires, and even after. And because that situation, like I said a long time ago, He folded that man.
There's no going back from that though.
Yeah.
And for the people that say like a basketball, like that's a normal fight in sports, that's not a normal basketball fight.
No, that's not a normal basketball fight because they weren't even playing. They weren't playing. A normal basketball fight, you on the court playing, something happens, and you go and then you get each other's face.
Yeah.
They were standing around listening to the coaches. Somebody said something. He said that was a personal fight. That was not I'm mad at you for fouling me. Fuck you.
A little pushing.
So that was nigga, I really don't like you, and I'm really finna punch you.
Yeah, I need you to you need to be humbled right now.
Yeah.
Like that was a message behind that.
It was.
Yeah, man. I really hope this is it. I really hope I'm done with this conversation. Hopefully, but we'll see. We'll see if this is it.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. Last week, go on to it. If Jordan Poole daddy push up on Draymond and knock him out, I'm rolling, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
That's a big guy.
Huge,
that's a big guy, man.
He was big.
All right. So let's move on to football. So I thought we should do top 3 NFL storylines that you're excited to see.
Okay.
So we'll count down from 3 to 1.
Okay.
What's your number 3 storyline that you're excited about this year?
All honesty, my number 3 is Anthony Richardson, AR-15 from the Colts.
Okay.
He was somebody that I really, really wanted on the Raiders. I was praying that they moved up and got him. I was sad that we didn't make a move for him when we had the chance. But I've been talking him up since I've seen him in Florida. All my friends can attest that know me, my fantasy football group, the main one that I've been with since high school.
Yeah.
We took a trip to Vegas for my boy's bachelor party first. And then we were at the pool party and we're watching the game. And I remember telling them vividly, watch this boy. He's finna be something and we should go get him. And it's crazy that the season goes through, everything ends, it goes over, and then we got to the end, and my boy, the draft starts coming up, and they start talking about it, and my boy goes, "Damn, bro, Russ was right. Like he was right." And then I'm like, "Yes, bro, we're gonna get him." And then I told my boy, I was like, "I hope he doesn't run the 40." He goes, "Why?" I was like, "Because if he runs the 40, we're not gonna get him." He goes, what? What do you mean? I was like, he fucking runs that 40. We are not gonna get him.
Yeah.
He goes, what do you mean? I said, watch. He go push out a 4.4. I think he did like a 4.45 or something like that. It was something crazy, and it was over. It was a wrap. It was a wrap. You know what I'm saying?
4.43, 40. Bro, he's 21 years old. He looks like something we haven't seen before. I don't think we have seen with the speed, with the power and the arm
and the body, man. That boy looks,
I don't know if we've seen this.
He looks like a tight end, buff ass tight end playing fucking quarterback. I can't even say like a receiver or a linebacker because he ain't that big, but he's not that tall. But it's just his body. Like I see it, and I just liked how he played on the field. You know what I'm saying? On the field, he was very. How can I say? He was intuitive. He for sure he ad-libbed the right way. I've seen a lot of I can say Mahomes-esque in him. But, of course, he has a lot more to work on accuracy throwing. But he is a big storyline for me. I want to see how the Colts do. I do hope he does good so I can sit there and tell everybody, we whiffed. But
that's a good one. So before I give you mine, man, I'm looking at Anthony Richardson. It's crazy to see somebody born in 2002. That's crazy to me to see that.
I graduated from high school 5 years later, bro.
That's crazy to see. 2002. But my storyline number 3 that I'm interested in, and maybe people are just like overlooking this, but the Tua situation in Miami is like really interesting to me with his concussions.
Yeah.
Like he's one hit away from like potentially not playing football anymore, and he talked about like. Maybe I should retire. Maybe I shouldn't play anymore. And he had to talk himself into playing again. And they're such a good team. And they're literally that piece away. If they can figure out their quarterback situation, like they got everything. Yeah. They really have everything. Yeah. So I'm interested to see, can he stay healthy throughout the season? Can he keep his career going? Because he's probably like 25 years old. And it sucks because like I was watching that game when he got hurt and getting carted off the field and then coming back. And actually he didn't play again the last concussion, but he did get a concussion earlier in the year, and they didn't even say anything. They just let him go back out there. So I'm always interested in like the concussion situation. I remember Javid Best, Cal legend. I was in the stands when he got flipped on his head. I was in the stands. I was literally like right end zone when he got flipped on his head, and that started his concussions. But he had talent. He was going to be one of the best.
He was a Bay Area legend too.
Bay Area legend.
He came out same time like when Robert was coming out.
Yeah.
When we were coming up. So that's how I remember it, because Robert was always I thought Robert was better than him, to be honest. But he just because he was super fast. But yeah, dude, that is, it's crazy for Tua. I do feel bad because it sucks how it happened the first time. We all knew he had a fucking concussion. Like,
but what did they tell us? They said it was like his back or something.
Back.
Yeah.
And it was like, what? Like that's the point right there. Where is the game more important?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why is the game more important? You know what I'm saying? And then you'll throw it back out there just to get him slammed on his head again.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, why y'all not putting him in situations to protect himself with a better line, keeping the running back in, quicker routes, shorter things? You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to do these deep. I know y'all got Tyreek. You give deep balls,
squad,
that boy's
bro.
getting hit. Oh, trust me, they got a nice.
They got squad.
Bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I think in the but I would hate for his career to end like that, because without Tua, I don't know how much better that team could be. But they do have a pretty good backup. They got Mike White. Mike White from the Jets. He played for last year for them, and that dude is nice. So I think that's why they brought him in too. Because I think that
insurance.
Insurance. And I think it's also one of those things where they are almost 100% sure that hit's going to happen, and he's going to turn around.
It's one more. Yeah, it's one more, and he cannot play anymore. He's going to have to walk away.
I would. Yeah,
go do something. I know it's hard to say like, oh, go do something else, because like that's his whole life. But it's also like you gotta take care of yourself at the end of the day, you know. But yeah, man, I'm excited to see what goes on with the Dolphins.
Okay.
What's number 2 for you?
So number 2 for me, this is a subject we kind of touched on already. The running back value situation, and mainly, of course, Josh for us because he's holding out, but I want to get to the bottom of why they're being treated like this. Like, even like last night we had a conversation. Last night we had a conversation with me, you, your boy Drew. We was talking about running backs. Remember, he was asking me what running backs would you take top 10, and I was like, none. Like it is not because I don't believe in them.
That's crazy.
It's because the league doesn't believe in them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's so sad that this is what it's coming to. And it's like dudes are being, in a sense, it's like how you blackballing such an important position, like to the point where they are like pretty much making it seem like, oh, we can find another one of you. You know what I'm saying? And that's just so cold, you know. I hope the value of a running this season, it shows some of these teams like us, like the Giants, even like shout out Alexander Madison. I know he's gonna be good, but even the Vikings, how they got rid of Dalvin, just those teams that had fucking top 5 potential running backs. I want to see their offenses hurt. I'm not going to lie. I want to see them go through a struggle to realize what they have and what they need, and it is a very good running back. So the biggest storyline for me is the value of them for number 2, the value of the running back, and to see how it affects the game in the NFL going forward. Yeah,
they looks like the running backs got together last week over Zoom to kind of just talk about what's going on, the status of NFL running backs. And for me, it's like this league was built on running backs. Like this
NFL
league was built. It was built on running backs. You know what I mean?
Football is built. Let me explain this to you.
Built on it.
This is the thing that kills me. Most of y'all have probably played high school sports or watched high school football. When you went to your high school football games, 80% of the plays were running.
Facts.
80.
Yeah.
You rarely get quarterbacks in high school that are that elite that can throw the ball around hella times, or an offense like that. It was mainly running, fly sweeps, jet sweeps, wishbone offenses. Also like a lot of the read options, the triple options, Like those are all the type of the veer offense. Like those are all the type of things you see in high school. The most important position coming out of high school is usually a running back. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like now we get to the highest level of the sport and we forget about them. Like that just don't make no sense to me. Like it's one of those things where I get upset because my best friend was a running back. You know what I'm saying? And he was really good. And sometimes I feel like people didn't see his value. And then I think that like it started like around the time when he retired. You know what I'm saying? I noticed a decline a long time ago, just when they really stopped wanting to pay them.
Yeah.
But I also know, and I could definitely say this, there's some running backs that fucked it up for others by trying to think that they're that elite and trying to hold out and get up to get the big bag, and they weren't that good. Like fucking Melvin Gordon when he was on the Chargers and he did that dumb shit. Like it's like, bro, you really ain't that good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like let's be honest.
I think that the Le'Veon Bell situation,
Le'Veon for sure.
but
bro.
also when they do get the second contract, it's really hurt them because they are not as good. Like Zeke in Dallas getting that second contract and him falling off, like he looks like I don't even know if he's gonna get a job. You know what I mean? Then that's hurt these guys now.
But then that's also like in a Zeke situation. Let's be honest. I don't think Zeke didn't look good. I think they just like Tony Pollard a little more, and he started doing more.
Yeah, he brings something different.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And so they kind of like phase Zeke out on their own. I also think that um, in those situations, then I feel like these running backs should be getting those extensions sooner, so they can really get the bag instead of waiting to their fifth year and then thinking about it. And yeah, of course, that's 5 years on his body. He's been getting pounded on 24/7. You know what I'm saying? When you give them the ball, they are running into traffic. They're running into people. You know what I'm saying? They are running towards it. You know what I'm saying? Like
the play's not over till they get tackled.
Exactly. So, you know what I'm saying? For a quarterback, the play's over if he throws it in completion or the ball gets snapped wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's different. So it's like I maybe think we should just re-look at how we're doing their contracts. We're from rookie year, like maybe, you know what I'm saying, not a 5-year option, maybe give them a 2-year with a 3rd-year option, you know what I'm saying? So they can have a chance to get that second contract earlier in their career and it can be valued to the teams. You know what I'm saying? I think that's maybe one thing that they should all start looking at, or maybe just if they're a rookie, they show out their first and second season, they should seek for an extension then to get their money and then also still be able to give the team valued product. I think that is where, because I understand organizations, yes, running back is a hard position, it's a body beat up position. So after a certain amount of time, it definitely wears in their body. You know, they can't hang for that much longer, but we can't sit there and say that when we have people like from the Steelers, Franco, even the other Steelers, Bettis, back in the day, like Bo, like how we know, like those dudes, they played for a long fucking time. You know what I'm saying? They were around for a minute, and it was just because of I don't know. I couldn't even tell you why. Like I couldn't tell you how they last more than people now. Like our medicine's better.
I don't know.
And it's but yeah. So that's my. So what is your number 2?
All right, man, this one hurts. Are we in the middle or the beginning of a dynasty with the Chiefs? I hate to say it, man. I'm starting to. You gotta take a drink. Okay. I'm really interested to see, man. Are we seeing the beginning or the middle of a dynasty with them? Like I'm watching Patrick and Mahomes and Kelsey and Andy Reid, and I'm like, is this a run that we're really gonna have to deal with for like the rest of the decade?
You know what makes me mad? We get rid of Tom Brady, that we turn out to deal with Mahomes, and it's always us, who get the short head of the stick. Bro. I feel out of every team in the NFL right now, the Raiders constantly have I want to say a wall of China to climb to figure out how we're gonna get there.
But why they put him there though? Like, why did he have to be here? Like, go to like Minnesota. Like, why is he here in our division? And like, why do we have to play him twice a year? So like, I don't know if we're watching something that is going to be for the next 10 years, or maybe this is just another 2-year window. But I'm really afraid like this might be the middle or beginning of a dynasty.
I will say probably more so the middle.
Okay.
If we had to pick one, because they've shown at the end of the day, show that they're elite. They're due to Mahomes, they're always going to be elite.
They're going to be relevant as long as he's playing. They're going to be relevant.
The Tom Brady effect. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
But I also know, and for me personally, that if they don't put the right personnel around him, it's going to be harder. And then I really think that Bieniemy had a lot to do with what they were doing. And now I want to see what happens now that he's
We're going to find out.
You know what I'm saying?
We're going to find out.
Because I don't know how much longer Andy got.
Yeah.
Andy Reid's been around for a long time.
How much longer does he want to do it? I think that's the biggest thing. He was in Philadelphia for years.
Fucking years.
You know what I mean? Donovan McNabb, like them teams.
Yeah.
So like how much longer does he want to do it? And who is the person that, can keep this going? Because that's important.
I think I can honestly kind of see him sticking it out for as much as Patrick's career as he can. I think him and Patrick have a real good relationship.
Yeah.
So I think that's he'll probably stick around for him. But look,
It sucks to say. We gotta be fair, bro. We gotta be fair.
I'll be honest, man. The kid is great, and he makes his team great, and the weapons around him are great. So I definitely think that we're in the middle of it. I do see some lulls happening, but you want to know something though? I like it because to be the best, you got to beat the best, and I know our team has fought against them tooth and nail every game. And there's been games where we've been in it and winning. There's been games where we've been out of it and losing. We're still fighting. So I know once we can climb that mountain, that in my eyes will tell me we're ready to win that chip. And I'll be honest, man. Like, how I feel about Jimmy. I do think he's a decent quarterback, but I think if our defense can really step it up and the weapons we have can be used and Josh comes back, we can beat them. And I think if we can beat them, it can show us that we can beat anybody. Because that's the one thing about the league right now for us. But yes, I can't sit here in front. Shit, I got Patrick Mahomes in 2 fucking dynasty leagues. Yeah. So
I mean, things change so quickly in the NFL though. So like, yes, they were the best team last year, but things can change. Like we can eventually get to that point, but we got to get the right people. And I'm excited to see Jimmy, but man, it's crazy to have them in our division. But what's your number one storyline for the year?
So since we already touched on it, honestly, there's a lot of storylines in the NFL that I would definitely follow. But being the fan that I am, we are my biggest thing, and I mean that in saying I don't know what direction we're going. I don't know if we are looking to get better or we're looking to rebuild or if we're like I said taking Caleb. Like I don't know. Usually going into the season I know what we're going after. I know what we're trying to do, but right now I just don't know, and I think that's a concern to me. I would like to know. I'd like to prepare myself. Like if I know I'm going to these games and we're just going to plan on losing, I'd be happy with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go to these games and we're competing, but at the end of the day, last 2 minutes, our coach is going to throw some bonehead ass decision out there because technically he really wants to lose the game. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't want to watch us go through another quarterback change. I mean, a coaching change. I don't want to see that happen. Yeah. I don't want to see us go on a taking season and the quarterback our coach get blamed so much that we go through the quarterback change. I'm really tired of that. I feel like that's why we never have been good, because not only do we go through a coaching change, we always pick the wrong coach, bro. Like there's so many coaches out there that we had a chance to get, to put on, to go after, but we always end up going after somebody because freaking Mark Davis just loves to like copycat. He tries to copycat other people to the sense of like how, like, that's how I feel like he went to get McDaniels. The Patriots are so good throughout the years. Okay, I'm going to go get McDaniels. And it's like, bro, we all know that he was not the fucking reason why they were that good.
Yeah.
He's a good coach, but Tom Brady and Bill Belichick are the reason why they were that good. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, when we did have a good team, we lose though. We get rid of those coaches. You know what I'm saying? They're like, or like even with the Gruden situation, I like Gruden. Don't get me wrong. I say, but he was outdated. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
why we go back? We're going backwards now when we got him. That's how I felt when we got him. Like a lot of people loved it. I'm not saying I didn't hate it because I knew he was a good NFL coach, but I feel like we're walking backwards when we should have been walking forward, and it sucks.
Yeah. I think the coaching situation, I agree. That part of it, I'm tired of having a coach every 2-3 years.
Yeah.
The thing about Mark, he admits like he's not the football guy. He always is trying to hire guys that want to be, like Gruden. Gruden is obsessed with football, right? McDaniels, he's obsessed with it too. But like we got to see with Josh McDaniels. I think last year was kind of unfair. That really wasn't his team, and he credit to him though, like he didn't get rid of everybody from the very beginning. He did give Waller, he did give Carr, he gave a lot of these guys a chance first. So I respect that. This year is big for him, man. This is big. This is big,
and that's the main reason why for me, I really want Caleb. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want us to lose a coach that could possibly be good. But I'll sit here and be honest with you, bro. Like
I'm tired of the medium though. Like
thank you.
Like the 6 to 8 wins. Like we gotta get out of that because then we're gonna end up with the 8th pick again, the 9th pick. It's like what are we doing again?
My thing is, I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired of arguing with these bandwagon ass Niner fans. And they constantly bring up the fact that we suck, and I can't say anything else about it, but it's true. And like all they know is that they're winning, but they don't know any substance behind it, and they don't know anything about their history. And they're also the same ones that didn't go to games when their fucking stadium was empty when they fucking sucked.
Talk about it.
But
Niner content coming soon, by the way. We got y'all. We hear what y'all saying. Niner content is coming soon. We got y'all.
I'm sorry,
very
y'all.
Soon.
Y'all know me, man. I love all y'all. But
got
y'all know my friends, my real Niner homies know how I feel about the other fans and how I feel about the situation. So sometimes I can't hold back on that shit because it's really upsetting to sit there and argue with somebody that really don't know facts, that don't know things about football, and like the only thing they can bring up. So we beat you guys. So it's like we beat each other every year. Like it's not what the hell you mean? We beat you, you beat us, we beat you, you beat us. That's not what we talk about here. But anyways, like I said, my number one storyline is us, and I'm really actually going to be fully dived in. I really want to. That's why when training camp starts, I'm really going to be reading a lot of the beat stories, a lot of the beat writers. I want to hear what the news out of training camp is, how it is, and at the end of the day, I feel if we can get something, if Josh shows up, I really feel that okay, we're actually going for to be good this season. I feel like if he doesn't and we don't make an attempt to get him back in the fold, then I feel like I told you we're definitely taking.
Yeah, we got the best wide receiver in football. We got the best running back in football. We got one of the best pass rushers in football. Like we have the pieces. You know what I mean? So we'll see, man. We'll see if we can put it together. My number one is actually funny because we're talking about the Raiders, but it's also we're gonna all have, as a Raider fan, we're gonna be looking at New Orleans too. We're all gonna be looking to what's going on with the Saints. Is Derek Carr legit? Did we mess him up? Was it us? Was it him? Like, I think we all are gonna be watching the Raider games, but we gonna have an eye on them Saints games too, just to see what is he really gonna do over there. And I'm really interested to see. Like, he's walking into a really good situation. The Saints are always year in and year out, always have great defenses, always in the mix of the playoffs. So we'll see if he can take them and elevate them, which we needed him to do with the Raiders. We needed him to elevate us, and he was never able to do that. So can he do that in New Orleans? I'm gonna be watching. I'm not even gonna act like, oh, I don't care about what's going on over there. Like, I'm gonna be watching Saints games. Like, I want to see. Was it us? Like, damn, okay, we're the toxic ones. It was us.
Like the ex-girlfriend. Your ex gets a new man, and you sit here and tell your homies you don't care. You act like you don't care, but you want to know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be watching Saints games for sure.
Like, yeah, definitely. I feel the same way. I said that on our first episode. I said I honestly hope they win. I hope they win because I don't believe it was Carr. I never did. I still don't. And my Raider truth is that they get mad at me. I don't believe it was him. I believe it was us. Like I said, and I'll say it again. Our fucking defense was trash, and you can't win shit with a trash defense. And we literally, I feel that shipping him out was a bad idea. But I am going to be watching. I'm watching very closely. Yep. And for him just thanking him for the years that he gave us. I hope he's successful. But there is a little bit of spitefulness in me that does hope that they suck. Like, a little bit.
A little bit? Okay. But yeah, man, that's our top 3 NFL storylines. I can't wait to see how they all unfold. But yeah, man, I'm excited for the football season. But since I'm here in the Bay,
yes.
I thought we thought it'd be a good idea to kind of, talk about what we like to do in the Bay, and then also, give us a food spot that you definitely have to try while you're in the Bay. Okay. Where you want to start?
I will. Let's start with
the food.
Let's
start with the food. Let's start with the food.
Okay. You want to go first?
All right. So I'm gonna give you 2 spots. I'm gonna give you one for like a San Francisco spot. Okay. But I'm also gonna give, since I'm from Fremont, I gotta give you a spot in Fremont.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? When I'm home, I'm probably gonna go tonight, to be honest with you. I'm going here tonight or tomorrow while I'm here. Yeah. So the first one, if you're in San Francisco, you got to go to Brenda's.
Okay.
You got to go to Brenda's. Okay. Brunch time. I'm telling you now, it's one of my favorite spots.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
It always hits the spot. Like sometimes you go to a restaurant and you have that same dish again, and it just doesn't hit the same. Like they're really consistent over there. Okay. And I respect that about them.
Okay.
So Brenda's in San Francisco. I'd like to do that. Maybe go to a Giants game or something after. Like that's the combo that I like to do if I'm in San Francisco.
I actually haven't been there yet, so
yeah,
which is surprising.
Okay,
I'm not a city boy that much.
Okay, I respect that. Okay, me too. All right, and then my local Fremont spot. I love Thai food, so I gotta shout out Solid Thai.
Yes.
But yes. I go to the original one.
Yes.
They have more than one location, but you got to go to the original one by the courthouse on Walnut. Yeah, Paseo on Walnut. Yeah. You got to get the crispy garlic fish. They got the pad see pad thai. Everything hits. They're consistent over there. I'm about consistency with my food, man.
Yes.
So like if I can get that, like if I'm feeling something and I know that they're gonna have it that day, like okay, that's what I need. But Solid Thai in Fremont, that's my spot, bro. I have to go there every time I'm home.
Yes.
So what you got?
Okay, so I'm going to actually give you I'm gonna give you 3 because I can't not shout out one because of it's actually more of one of them is like a kind of a combo of things I've seen. So I'm one of those people like, I'm big on social media. I like to search up food things on there. And so I want to give a big shout out to Chef Smelly. He has a pop-up usually he's actually has a restaurant, but he has like usually some pop-up at a place where he does a restaurant. He is a local cook around here. I've actually seen him on some boats and stuff when I gone fishing. Met him a couple times. He's a cool dude. But his seafood and what he does with his food, how he cooks, it's undefeated. Little pricey, I get it, but at the end of the day, it's an independent business. He does, he does it for himself.
Yeah,
but it's good. It's good food. I actually personally,
it's crazy.
Yeah, that shit looks.
That looks crazy.
I'm telling you, I've actually personally not got to sit down and eat it because you get super busy. But I did have somebody bring me some, and I definitely, ever since then, I'm like, damn, dog. I've been trying to find time for me and mine to go. But it's just like, dude, it never lines up. But I promise you can't miss with that. That is definitely one thing. But I'll go on to the other 2. I just had to give Chef Smelly that shout out, man. Because that's one thing about being in the Bay Area. We try to support each other as much as we can, and that's definitely somewhere where I suggest people to definitely look him up when you come out here. You won't miss, especially if you want to come out here with your girl and have a nice little, kind of a expensive, good seafood, crab, steak. He does a lot of things. So
I love that.
And there's a lot of pop-up people in the Bay Area that are doing good things.
I love that about the food. Yeah, with the food trucks, but they're able to do pop-ups. Yeah. Like you don't have to have like a traditional restaurant anymore. There's so many different avenues. Yeah.
He and then also I definitely want to shout out all of them. Like I can go on all day about them. Like you got the Hot Dog Co. There's another one in Oakland. Oh, I can't. I think it's a Finnam or Philnam, something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is. It's a Filipino kind of restaurant in Oakland off of Fruitvale. And it's really good. Shout out to them. Do feel bad. One of the owner did pass away not too long ago.
I've been meaning to try that place. Yeah.
It's really good.
Okay.
But definitely shout out to them. I think that they're doing a good thing over there. There's a couple other ones that I fuck with here and there. I'll definitely Janet Cooks. She's one of my friends. She actually does her own little thing. She serves like pan roast, seafood pan roasts, and crab boils and stuff like that. And they're fire. So look up Janet Cooks, y'all, for real. There's a lot of others. If you really, really, really want to really get intact with the food in the Bay Area, I suggest a lot of you people go follow my boy Grub with Mike. He is a food critic that is out here in the Bay, and he's actually doing really good. He actually had a little pop up yesterday. He had like a collab yesterday with Minno Cinderlo over here in Fremont. He does like a combo with them. He came with a burrito recipe. They did a burrito, but they also had that Cinderella spot had their 5th-year anniversary too. So that shit was cool. Hella old school cars out there. That shit was lit. But follow Grub with Mike. I'll definitely drop his handle here somewhere. I definitely want you guys to book with him. He actually will be on very soon as a guest. He's definitely one of my boys that I came up with. But other than that, I would definitely say the other food, you got to go to Oakland and try some tacos off the street.
Yeah.
And I don't mean a restaurant or anything. I mean, you find one of them dudes that got the pop up easy up tent with a grill. You got to go try that. And the main one I would definitely say to try is, oh man, I can't remember the name. It's my good Jesus. It's the one off 98. Let me see if we can find it right quick for y'all. They serve Tijuana style tacos. I think there it is right there. Is that La Prairie? San Leandro Street. Yeah. I think that might be it. I'm gonna when I get the name, I will definitely shout them out. I'll definitely drop it on there. I have it, but it is yes, La Perlia Loca. I think that's what it's called. They serve Tijuana style tacos. They grill the meat in front of you. They do everything in front of you. Got the rotisserie for the El Pastor. They freaking make the tortillas fresh in front of you, and it's cool, man. It's amazing. It is so
that's fire.
Fucking good.
They working over there.
Yes, bro. They are working. It is so good, bro. I actually found this because of Grubber Bike. I found it because of a couple people. And dude, I promise you, anytime that me and mine get a chance, we go, and I go, and I for sure. I would buy some and take some to go. You know what I'm saying? And for sure, it never misses, bro. It hits every time.
That's what's up.
And to give you a local Fremont spot that I always have to hit. So at the end of the day, everybody you know me. I am a big Mexican food guy. I definitely love Mexican food, but every once in a while, I gotta go back to my home roots, Bronco Billy's Pizza.
Come on, man.
Bronco Billy's is a staple in Fremont. They have about 3 or 4 different locations in between Fremont and Union City. There's one in Union City, and we grew up on that. That's what it is. Lunchtime, you get out. You get to go to Bronco Billy's, $2.50, get you a slice of pizza and a soda. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that every once in a while when I have pizza, that's what I gotta get. I have to go back to it every once in a while just to get a taste of when I was young, get a taste of the roots. Get a taste of just it's a great feeling. You know what I'm saying? Just to be able to say that we have something in Fremont that somebody in Fremont created and left there, and it's been a staple in every little nook and cranny of Fremont. Because a lot of people don't understand, Fremont is actually one of the largest cities in California, and it's crazy. Nobody really knows that. Of course, a lot of it's land and hills and stuff like that. I said, but there is, I want to say, throughout the whole East Bay, I want to say it was like 4 locations, 4 or 5. I know they have one over here in the Irvington district of Fremont where we at. They have one in Niles. They also have one on the other side, Alvarado Niles, in Union City. They have one in Hayward, and I think that is it.
Yeah,
Right?
it looks like 4 locations.
Yeah, 4 locations.
I used to. I'm telling you, you didn't have a school party and not have Bronco Billies at the parties back in the day.
Easily.
Yeah, man. Shout out to them. Yeah, I mean, it's they're consistent too. Like I said,
Yeah.
I love the pizza and the variations that they have too. You can
Yeah.
get so many different combinations that they have. So
Yeah.
respect to them.
And they make like burgers, freaking sandwiches. Dude, it's an amazing thing. But it's something that the chain I respect it. And the thing about it, I would say is everyone has like a little different taste to their pizza, but you mainly get the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's mainly the same thing. But yeah, man, that is the big thing for me. Definitely the Bronco for back home. And you come out here, you don't try tacos in Oakland, you ain't trying real tacos. I'm saying I can honestly say I feel like the Mexicans in the Bay Area, the realest Mexicans I ever met in my life. To be honest, man, they're different. They're hella different. Like even last night when I was talking to I ran into a friend last night, and I remember saying like, man, the one thing I love about the Bay Area is no matter what your race is, everybody's like each other. You know what I'm saying? We don't really classify as race. We classify as homie and loyalty and, the people that we value. And that's why I love the Bay Area so much. It's never a place you'll find like this.
We're gonna have to get into one day, not right now, but the LA Mexican food versus Bay Area Mexican food is it is real. And living in both, I will say there's so many places in LA to eat tacos. I feel like it waters it down a little bit. Because there's so many, like on every corner you can get tacos. So you can't just say, oh, like this one's good. They're all good. Like, nah, they're not all good. But we'll see if you take like the top 5 from LA and then the top 5 in the Bay, and then that would be, you know what I mean? Because obviously there's so many. So that would be an interesting combo, bro.
We're going to do that combo.
When
Mike get on.
We're going
to do that.
All right, bet.
Mike, I know you hear this. You get on. We have a taco argument. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. So let's go on to the next.
So last thing. So if you were to visit the Bay, I wanted to kind of talk about where somebody should go. Just to feel the vibe, feel the Bay Area energy. You want to go first?
Yeah. So what we'll do is we're gonna touch on, I would say, definitely something to do, and then towards the end of it, we'll talk about the nightlife. Definitely like to get people to understand that. But for me, the Bay Area, we're known for San Francisco. It's the city. That's, where everybody likes to go, the biddy, you know what I'm saying, go enjoy themselves. That's what we're known for. People come here, they fly to San Francisco, not even knowing about the other airports we got and other things we got. But the city. So what I want to talk about, there's a thing called a Spark Social in the city. So it's pretty much a congregation of a bunch of like food trucks, food vendors. It's a big area. I want to say it's put on by I can't remember exactly who, but it's like a big area that they pretty much keep open. It has like an open field, has a bunch of chairs, has a beer garden, has just so many things you can do there, and you can bring your people, get a whole section, a table, and like an area. You could just chill for hours. You know what I'm saying? You could just relax and chill. They also have movie nights where they they do a big pop-up pretty much where they have movies. They also do like it's a good thing what I like to do sometimes is I'll go, if I'm going to like a Warrior game or something like that, it's down the street from the stadium. So I will go there first, get something to eat, chill, and then go walk over to the game. You know what I'm saying? And it's a cool thing. You can plan like a whole day if you want to plan a day with somebody. Next little date day where have the game is that kind of the highlight of it. It gives you a chance to do something, and there's so many different things to do there. So Spark Social is definitely something that's cool. I actually got put onto that by by one of my really good friends, James Lee Agnes. She introduced me to that one day after I can't remember what we were doing. Yeah, we were just out. We were out, and she just kind of brought it up because we were hungry and like, oh, fuck it. So we went. It was actually a day we went to Dolores Park. You know what I'm saying? It was another staple that you guys definitely have to rock with when you come to the Bay. Dolores is a cool park, cool vibe. People just go out there with a speaker and chill. Fucking put a blanket out, got a bunch of alcohol, and just get drunk in the park. So it's cool. It's a cool thing to do. But Spark Social is definitely something I suggest you should do.
Okay. So for me, man, I think I think First Fridays in Oakland. First Fridays in Oakland is
Undefeated, boy.
it's undefeated. I used to work in Alameda back in the day, and we would be excited to get off and hit happy hour and go to First Fridays. It's just a lot of energy. It's a lot of local vendors that are able to sell, their merchandise or sell different things, and people are performing, whether they're playing music, whatever. But the energy
it's amazing.
of Oakland is in First Fridays. And if you really understand, Oakland, it gets misconstrued a little bit. Obviously, there's violence and crime in any major city in the U.S. So sometimes it gets a bad rap, but going to Oakland and being able to sit down and they got food vendors there too. They got trucks and different places that you can eat. So yeah, man, I think you just take a couple hours, walk around, buy some stuff from local vendors. I love First Fridays.
Me too. I love First Fridays for it. It shows the other side of Oakland. It shows what we grew up knowing about Oakland besides the violence. That Oakland is just a fun time. I know a lot of people from Oakland that are just lit and that are just hella cool vibes. You know what I'm saying? It definitely shows that Oakland is a city that can be enjoyed and not just feared. So that's why I definitely like First Fridays, because it's a time, everybody dancing in the streets, vibe. The funny thing is, you at First Fridays, the minute somebody throwing like that Mr. Fab or some Mac Dre, you'll see everybody in the street dancing. Every single person that is in that street will be dancing. I promise you.
Yeah.
And it just shows you that Oakland is about a good time, and I'm happy that they have that, because it sucks the stigmatism that people get when you say you are from Oakland or you are around Oakland, because all they know is the violence.
Yeah.
So it's a sad thing to say. But with that being said, we definitely want to give you guys some nightlife tips. And we'll stay in Oakland. I'll stay in Oakland just to beginning. So pretty much out here, there's 3 major cities kind of with the nightlife: Oakland, Frisco, San Jose. That's kind of the main majors. Every other city has their downtown. You can go to a bunch of different cities. Trust me, every city has it. I can give you a spot in every city, but we gonna focus on those. Oakland is a vibe, dude. It's changed for the better. The nightlife in Oakland has got a lot better. Downtown Oakland, I love it. You can go to any spot like Hello Stranger. You can go to Mad Oak, which is a cool little like chill vibe. What else is out there?
So I really love Oeste. Oeste is my favorite spot. Mad Oak, I really like too, to watch the games. They put the projector screen. They got some good food. You can, they got a little basketball where you can, do pop a shot. So I really like Mad Oak.
Yeah, at night, it's if you don't want to be in a club with hella people, it's like a big open area, so it's chill. That's why I like Mad Oak. Then you got like the Parliament out there. There's a lot of things. And then I would say the city. You can literally go downtown Polk Street, downtown the city, and there's just a bunch of bars you just can't miss. Like it's one of those things where it's the city for a reason. It's like that. You just kind of gotta kind of walk in and feel the vibe. If not, go to another one. You really can't miss. Every bar is cool, and like a lot of people like to classify the city with the LGBTQ community, but I'm just be real with y'all. There's a lot more than that out there. Trust me, bro. It's really lit. So I definitely enjoy that a lot. There is a lot of nightlife in the city. The city is amazing. And honestly, it's an amazing place to be in at night when you want to just have good scenery, something to really look at. If you can get up somewhere high and just kind of take a look over everything, because San Francisco is actually like it's on its own island, but it's high. So it's towers above the Bay Area, so you can see a lot over there. There's some really good places to eat. There's a lot of good places to be, but at night, it's a vibe. Anywhere downtown, you can pretty much hit. It's a straight vibe.
Yeah, I agree, bro.
Yeah. And then lastly, San Jose, where we were last night.
Oh man, my head is still recovering. Yeah, I'm still recovering.
But it was a good time.
It was fun. It was a good time.
So San Jose, this is the thing for me. This is what I used to say to people. When you first turn 21, San Jose is where you go. When you hit past about 24, 23, you're either in the city or you're in, I'd say the city. You more so start venturing towards the city. And then once you get to like your 30s, Oakland. Like I've noticed that. I've noticed the age groups in each one, and that's kind of how it is. But that's just because San Jose, for people in the Bay Area, is what we know as a place to go out when you're fresh 21 because the college is right there.
Yeah.
So,
well, I feel like also like being from Fremont, I think Fremont people gravitate to San Jose a lot quicker than, you know, going the Oakland way. But yeah, San Jose it's quicker. It's quicker to get there, to be honest with you. But yeah, I really like, you know, SP2 is, I would like the music to be a little bit better, but I feel like the patio scene, the two bars section, like you have one inside and one outside. Like I really like what they got going there. It's just easy to do SP2 every time. Like it's easy
because it's a good vibe. You can either be inside, dancing if you want to, or just be outside chilling, talking, drinking, and you can still dance outside. So it's cool. There's nothing in San Jose. I would say there's a couple spots that I would definitely just wouldn't go to anymore, just because I'm like too old for that. I was like, but there was never no miss. Like, you know, when they had Bar and Grill, because I think Bar and Grill's still there, but I don't think Trace is there anymore. They changed that to a club now. Trace was cool. You had like Liquid Lounge around the corner. You had that's when Studio 8 was out there. Studio 8 is done. That place is done. That was probably one of the biggest clubs out there. Dude, what was that club that was across the street from remember Motif?
Yeah.
You remember Motif?
You talking about Wet? Club Wet?
Club Wet.
Yeah.
Yes, bro. Club Wet. That was the one that had the stories in it, right?
Yeah.
The one that got shut down.
So Club Wet, man, if you actually walked in there back in the day, it actually looked like a Vegas club when you walked in.
Yeah.
Like I was surprised. Like, this is really in San Jose.
Yeah.
So shout out to them for being able to do that, pull that off. But yeah, it didn't last.
It didn't last.
Which most of these clubs in San Jose
there was too much drama at those. I remember that. That's one thing about Wet. I always heard about it was cool, but then I always heard about a big ass fight.
Every
time.
It
was always some huge ass fight. Like that's the thing about it. We used to be in Motif like crazy during my rapping career. That was where we hosted a lot of our parties, which was cool. I always loved Motif. It was the same kind of vibe, inside outside vibe. It was a little smaller, but I loved it just because the DJs there were always good. There's one thing I'll just say about the Bay in a whole for nightlife. There's nowhere nobody really goes out looking for issues. We all about a good time out here. I said I've noticed that. You know, you do get a couple here and there, you know what I'm saying? It happens, but at the end of the day, the Bay Area, we're all vibes. That's what we try to do. So there's a lot of places that you go, you really just ain't gonna miss. Just go out there and enjoy yourself, and you know, don't be afraid to talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Get to know people when you come. It'll be fun. You know, you'll have a good time. I promise you.
Yeah. Put your phone away.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Put that phone away. Y'all know that's my motto, man. Put that phone away.
Live in the moment, man. Live in the moment. Meet somebody new.
Exactly, man. And start talking to people. So, but man, I think that's it, man. But so y'all, thank you once again for tuning in. I'm so happy my boy is here. The weekend is not over. We are definitely about to get into something. I want to give a big shout out to my boys Stu and EJ. They actually just dropped the album. I used to do music with them back in the day. Still in touch with them. They've been working hard. I seen them start.
Salute.
They're doing, and they're having a little album party tonight. We will be showing up.
My guy Humphrey too. My guy, what's up, Hump?
So I know this is gonna be out after we see y'all tonight. But you know, hey, shout out to you guys. I've seen the hard work. I've seen the progression. I'm very proud of you guys, honestly, man, because I know how the music is and I know how hard it is to stick to it. If I could give y'all one bit of advice, stay consistent and keep doing it. Please don't give up, no matter how hard the road might get. It might seem in the beginning. Consistency is the key, and I definitely wish I would have listened to my own advice. But, man, other than that, that's it, man. JJ is here. We checking out. Like again, hey, thank y'all for rocking with No More Timeouts. Remember, like, subscribe, turn them noties on, man. And I appreciate everybody that's listening to, been tuning in. I appreciate everybody that's been giving me positive feedback. We get it a lot. So appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We checking out. Peace.